GV lecture series. So I am Dr. Yuvaraj, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Department, and for today's lecture I am going to speak about the Unit 4. So that is from the Additive Manufacturing subject, which I am currently handling for third year mechanical students. Okay, and my topic, it is about the material extrusion and the sheet lamination. So that is my major topic which I going to speak now. Okay, so in this we're going to see in the additive manufacturing one of the technique, that is what you call that materials manufacturing. So there are materials extrusion, which is totally we are dealing about in this additive manufacturing. It is a one kind of manufacturing which we are normally used to build the layer by layer structure. Okay, so this process which can able to build the objects in by using the thermoplastic materials. So we know that there is two different kind of materials are there. One is called thermosetting materials, another one is called thermoplastic materials. Thermosetting means it is permanently it is what you call that, it is permanently not able to deformed. Once thermosetting means it can be permanently deformed, and once if it is deformed it cannot regaining the structure. That is what you call the thermosetting. And in case of thermoplastics, the materials can able to regain the shape in any kind of form, and we can able to change the shape according to the requirement. So that is what you call the thermoplastic. So based upon these two different thermosetting and thermoplastics, we are going to manufacturing the products with respect to the requirement. So this materials extrusion, it is the process. Okay, so it is the process which can able to extrude the object and heated the object by through the nozzle, and this nozzle deposits the material according to the digital design. This process is commonly used for the rapid prototyping, but this structure which is most commonly used in the layer by layer structure. The basic principle of material extrusion, it works on the principle based on the controlled deposition of molten material. The feedstock, which is usually a thermoplastic filament, that filament is heated until it becomes the semi-molten material. The nozzle moves in XY direction to deposit the material, and its layers solidify after cooling to form the final part. Therefore, this deposition, it is not only based on their type of filament which we are using, but also it can able to depends on the thermoplastic filament, which is usually with the which can be heated in the semi-molten stage. The nozzle can move either in X and as well as the Y direction to the deposit material, and the layers solidify after the cooling to form the final part. So that is a primary thing. Okay, this nozzle, either it can deposit the material either in terms of layer structure, but also the thermoplastic filament can able to settle in the molten structure. Okay, so this feedstock which can be used as which is used as the final part only based on after the cooling has been done. So that is why we have to do the basic principle in this material extrusion process. The major components which is used in this material extrusion system, the first one, which is what you call that, this is the filament spool, and here this is the filament feeding, and here this is what you call that feeder wheels. So by using the feeder wheels, the filament can able to move from the top to the bottom, and the molten chamber can be used as a heater, and this is the by using the heat, the filament can getting melted. That filament can deposited over this layer by layer structure in the printed part. okay, and the filament spool which can move only in 3 different directions, either it may be a X or Y or Z, and a controller can able to manage the printing operation. So with respect to this, the components of the material system